work through and understand and examine with everyone, because you haven't gotten a chance to get a lot of these examinations going. And say, for example, the schoolhouse that has the books that tend to gloss over the things as addressed in the first chapter of this particular book we're reading by Howard Zinn here. And are they necessarily intentionally trying to cause all the problems? Not necessarily. But they sure do manage to cause a lot of problems by their omission or glossing over or minimization, even if they address it of certain things. So let's look at the actual things and realize, oh, it's not just dates and times. It's literally all these people are big mad, and nobody's actually fixing the big mad. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just come up with a history book of the entire history of the U.S., but written in just almost no dates. Just this came before this, and modern contemporary slang. Just real simple. Just real, oh my gosh. And then they did this, and then they, just like I'm writing for like a, you know, sending it in text, writing online, chatting to a buddy. Maybe I'll just write up some history like that. And just be like, oh my god, did you hear? Then he came over and he just like killed everybody, and it was terrible. And like we started off with like millions of people, and now we only have a couple thousand people. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm sorry, they're all dead. Maybe if I wrote it like that, maybe it would be understood better. It's a possibility. I can't call it anything terribly critical if I'm just going, oh my god, look, well, we'll see if that ever winds up manifesting. But heck, the biggest thing being the fact that so often stuff is almost like hidden from the people in the way that it's presented, which is part of the reason why I actually even try to read the history now, because if I can read it and interpret it, if I can read it where it's not looking like it's written, where you could just hear what's going on, then it's a little bit easier to absorb than it being written in 1600s and 1700s type of writing, because the average person is going to see a word written all funky and be like, I have no idea what that even is, brain glitches out, shuts off, can't even. I have studied all that nonsense, including all the way from before, as they mentioned, William the Conqueror from France went and took over England in 1066. So I've been studying English for a long fucking time. None of those words scare me. I can read them so everybody else can understand them too. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully people get a better understanding of this. But regardless, thank you all for tuning in and hanging out while I get all this reading done. I do appreciate it that we get a chance to learn together. And that's whether you're checking it out live or whether you're checking out the VOD later on. And of course, also thank you for, if you're a subscriber, of course, thank you so much for that. If you are a follower, of course, thank you very much for following. I do appreciate it. And thank you for chatting. Thank you for hanging. Thank you for just even lurking. I appreciate it all, because all this stuff is beneficial. Thank you for the stream. Absolutely. And thank you for being a part of the stream. Because, I mean, yeah, I could just scream into the void and just read this stuff all by myself, but it wouldn't really go anywhere without all of y'all hanging out. So, granted, very appreciated. And if you would like to do anything to support the channel, again, if you have not followed, feel free to go ahead and follow, because I do stream pretty frequently throughout the week. For example, I do plan on streaming at some point this Wednesday here, and I might go ahead and get a little bit more coloring done. I found one of my fun fucking coloring books that I really love, and a piece that I have not gotten a chance to finish going in and actually getting some coloring on, so that would be cool. And it's a unique one, even more potentially unique than the one that I had last time, so, we can just hang out, doing some coloring, getting some chatting done, because, this week is going to be a hard week, so getting a chance to try to find something fun and encouraging in the meantime will be nice. And that usually starts around 6 p.m. Central Time, which is about 4 Pacific and 7 Eastern. And we also are going to be doing an article read on Friday, which is also at 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern. And then over the weekend, check out, hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of the gaming. And we are playing Disco Elysium as it stands right now. So if you have not gotten a chance to see that game, that's a fun one and describes a lot of different ideology throughout the course of playing the game. For example, on Saturday, which you can also see in the video on demand, we did get a chance to examine one of the local anarchist types in Disco Elysium, which was Cindy the Skull. Fun on that one. and I accidentally found liberal shoes. So now I'm just going to have to make sure, I don't accidentally find any other liberal clothes, I suppose. But we're going to go ahead and move forward from there on Saturday, which is a little bit earlier. That's actually at 4 p.m. Central Time, which is 2 Pacific and 5 Eastern, and as well on Sunday. I am still not over the liberal shoes. I am still mad about the liberal shoes. You have no idea. Nice shoes, but they're too liberal. They look too nice. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I guess I can't just, go walking into Dillard's and buying a pair of liberal shoes. Sorry. I'm going to joke about this for the rest of the game, I bet you. And then on Sunday, also at 4 Central, which is 2 Pacific and 5 Eastern, you can check out the next chapter of Ours is People's History of the United States. And that next chapter is going to be called A Kind of Revolution. So I'm going to the liberal store to get my liberal shoes. Oh gosh. Oh, see, next time I play it, I should just start off with a poll that just says, so, which is the best store for finding liberal shoes? Okay, I'm done for today. But yes, we will pick up on Chapter 5 of A People's History of the United States on Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. Central, which is 2 Pacific and 5 Eastern. And then, of course, I will be back here Monday at 11 Central, 9 Pacific, noon Eastern for Chapter 6. So I look forward to seeing you then. Times may vary a little bit. I am in the process of trying to move and get a few things in order on my end. So, in case things do change up,